guys, it's Kara. Thank you for joining me on day 5 of my 12 days left of Sale-A-Bration series. Today's card is so easy that it's just so much fun to make. So I wanted to show you how I made this adorable little 3x3 card, and I made an envelope, I chose an envelope to go with it, and I put in a cute little envelope liner. So I'll show you how I did that. So let's get started with this cute little 3x3 card. The first thing that you are going to want to do is to get a piece of watercolor paper, and you're going to cut it to 3x6, and then you're going to score that right in the middle at 3 inches. So that gives you that 3x3 size. The next thing that you're going to do, because we're going to emboss, heat emboss, you want to take your little stamping buddy, your embossing buddy, and just give it a rub. This just ensures that the embossing powder won't stick in other places. Now this next part is going to be a little hard for y'all to see because I'm going to be using Versamark, and Versamark is that clear ink. I'll do my best, but you'll see it once I emboss and then start watercoloring. Okay, so the stamp set that I'm using is Painted Petals, and I just love this stamp set. It is, I have used this stamp set I don't know how many times. So this is in our Occasions catalog, and what I'm doing is I am going to be using the 3 stems here, and then those 3 little small tulip flowers. So I'm going to grab my Versamark ink and just ink this up, and I'm gonna just center this here on the card. And I know you won't be able to see much, if any. Okay, now I'm taking the petals, or the blooms, and I am leaning down so that I can see it, because it's even hard for me to see. Okay, so hopefully I did good. The next thing that you're going to do is get an embossing tray and your white embossing powder. And then you're just going to sprinkle that on top of what you stamped. I did pretty good. So I'll see, I don't know, there you can see that. All right, so let me heat emboss this, and then we'll start watercoloring. Okay, so I've got it heat embossed. There you can see the shiny white tulips. The next thing you're going to want to do is to get a little watercolor palette and a watercolor brush. And what I've done is I've chosen 2 reinkers. I'm using Pear Pizzazz and Strawberry Slush. And what I've done is I've just put some water in here, and then just 1 drop of reinker is enough, because this isn't a very big area to watercolor. And then same thing with the green. So I'm going to start off with the green, and I'm going to just do a little watercolor wash just right here on the bottom. And you can do it, you know, you can build up the color and get it as dark as you want. Now I'll take the Strawberry Slush and just go over the top of the petals and just bring the color down a little bit. And what the embossing does is that it resists the color that I just watercolored on there. So just for time purposes, I would let this dry. But for sake of video, I'm just going to pat this with a paper towel. And see, that took off a lot of color. This is a little bit lighter than what I would normally like. I could go back over it and build up the color again, but I won't. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I am using the Teeny Tiny Wishes. And like the stamp set that I showed you yesterday and many more, this is another great staple stamp set to have in your inventory. The reason why I like this is that it's like the name says, it's teeny tiny, so that's perfect sizing for small little cards like this. But it has, as you can see, it's got greetings for every occasion that you can think of. So that's another great stamp set to have. Now I could just eyeball this and hope that I get it placed exactly where I want it to, but I'm gonna go ahead, I don't trust myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my Stamp-A-Majig. And so if you aren't familiar with this, I do have a video on how to use a Stampin' so I'll link that in the video notes. So I'm gonna get my T-square, and then I'm just inking this up with Memento Tuxedo ink, and then I will just stamp down. And that is it. This is a sweet card that you could make a bundle for and give them as a gift. And then let me show you the envelope that I made. So this is the envelope that I had. So this is a little 3x3 envelope that fits this size perfectly. And then I use the envelope framelit liners. And so there's 3 sizes. And so the smallest size just fits perfectly. So I'm just using a piece of Strawberry Slush Designer Series paper. This comes in a big paper stack. And I just cut it out using my Big Shot and then just slid it in there, and just look how sweet that is. Just a fun card. So this is it for day 5. Please don't forget to use the hostess code, and thanks to all the ladies that have used it so far. I think it's going to be a nice little surprise as to whoever wins the hostess dollars. I think there's going to be quite a bit there for you to spend. So for anyone who is not familiar, what you will need to do is if you place an order in my shop, in my online store, I should say, before March 31st or by March 31st, please use the hostess code, and I will have the hostess code also in the description notes of the video. So if you place a $150 order or less than $150, use that hostess code, and then I'm going to be doing a mystery hostess drawing on April the 1st, and whoever is the big winner will get all of the hostess benefits. All right, ladies, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.